Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decades since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're underway from the bank. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. They bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Another 35. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
We give on 2nd to Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Carr with it on 3rd and short. This is reeled in by Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry-up here. On 4th down, Carr. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackled on the play by Cameron Jordan. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Running once more with Henry. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9. Play fake, Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 13-0 lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. This our last play of the quarter.
What now?
Pistol snap to Carr. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. And they can go ahead and stay. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. It's Kamara on third down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Another run for Kamara. Across midfield to the 45. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. This time it's a passing play. That's complete to Kamara. That play good for 17 and a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the inner harbor. The Saints trying to make some noise before halftime. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. Third down coming up. From the shotgun, Carr. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until 5 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. the gut they go with Williams. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Carr. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a one-score game before halftime. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And just is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive.
13.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
What now?
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And they had that one contained right at the line. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Gets this one to Shaheed. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Working out of the gun. It's Carr. Kamara's got it. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. From the gun on 3rd down. His throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
We're good.
They'll run with Kamara. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. Working quickly here. Carr here from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
3rd and goal. Here's Carr. The back grabs it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a...
One down. Right Monday down. Who's right feet? That's up.
Running for it, Kamara. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 28. To the left side, cut by Andrews. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. We get to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Henry. And he'll work a little room down to the 29. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens going for the win here. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They run. Here's Henry. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Toss now to Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. They run it with King Henry. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. They get 2 yards on the run. It's 4th down. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Ravens make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's what you call making the best out of a pretty messy situation. You hate to give the ball away, but that's a tremendous effort to bring the defender down right away and minimize the damage with very little return.
Into the red zone. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This one's taken in by Hill. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Here he is to throw. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
I've heard great receiver get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
Down inside 30 seconds now. Their hopes resting on finding a way to get this football. Oh, and this will be a turnover. It's recovered by the kicking team. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. Here's a give for Henry. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that
Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from Ford Field. Williams now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Carr going to look to throw right away. Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we could feel it all the way up here in the booth.
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Carr working out of the gun. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Carr. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
This one is caught by Jawan Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. It's good for a Saints 1st down. They'll run. It's Kamara. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. They'll go again with Williams. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. It's a give now to Kamara. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Third and 9. Carr to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. In the shotgun, it's Carr. to the goal line and in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. It's up and good. The Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And he'll... there, setting up 2nd down. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll have a 1st down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Patrick motioning here. On 2nd down, Goff. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Patrick motioning here. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Patrick motioning here. Is caught left side by St. Brown.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Patrick motioning here. Out of the shotgun. It's Goff. That's down the field and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out into the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Kamara. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Run up the middle with Miller. And he'll be taken down. Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Here's Miller. And he will get into the end zone. Kendre Miller. Touchdown, New Orleans. On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Saints move out on top, 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Reynolds now on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Patrick motioning here. Goff to throw on 1st down. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They send him right out of the slot. A 2nd down throw for Goff. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
From the gun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Patrick motioning here. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession